Hi, it's a lipstick gal. Thank you so much for watching today. I have a plethora of packages to open. I have a few pink boxes here, and then I have a few envelopes here. So you know what? I'm gonna start with the envelopes. I made this Glossier order the other day because I was worried when I opened my last box of this stuff right here. I love the Balm.com, and I always get it in a 3-pack. If you get them individually, they're $12 a piece. Now, you're getting a half an ounce. They're kind of spency for what they are, but I'll tell you, I really love it. I have one by my bedside, one in my car, one at the desk where I edit, one in my purse. I have one in my crochet bucket. I have 5 of them open like throughout the house, and heaven forbid I lose one and not have it when I need it. But I really love and trust this. So I picked up a couple of flavors, 3-pack, they're $10 a piece. So I got 2 of the new Swiss Miss, which I love that they did a special holiday flavor or scent. Look how cute she is. Oh, Miss Swiss Miss. And I want to know what this color looks like. All right, so very chocolatey, and that's a lot. But that's what it looks like, you know, like a light layer. That actually is really nice. I squeezed out too much. And let me just put a little bit on. I feel like waste not, want not, right? The other one I picked up is one that I hadn't tried yet, and this is the Honey Lavender. I think I'm just gonna leave it in here, but I like the idea of something that is kind of honey scented, a little bit sweet. I mean, this is sweet too, but this is chocolate. Glad to have these guys, and I'm gonna leave the Honey Lavender in here untouched. Other things, I forgot kind of what I ordered. The other couple of things I picked up, one is like a fave that I was like, I can't not have. And this is the Brow Flick. I have the Brow Flick in brown, and mine is like almost out of juice. And I was like, no. So I have a new Brow Flick, for which I am very grateful. And then I have been curious about this lipstick forever. This, I think, was the first makeup product, if I'm not wrong, that Glossier came out with. And this is their Generation G lipstick. I love their lip slicks. I really love that formula. It's so, so nice. This is the Generation G lipstick. I got the shade Fuzz. This is a new shade. And I wonder, one of the reasons that I decided to buy this, oh my goodness. Oh, I love how nearly nothing it is. Now, for someone who loves a lipstick, I think that this is the sort of product that I would love on that day when either I've got too much eye going on, or when I'm not wearing anything and I want just a little something. Look how gorgeous. Okay, can't wait to try this and wear it all day. But that was my Glossier order. I'm really excited about that Generation G lipstick. All right, this is, ooh, I forgot about this. I made a purchase from Rephr. I got this Rephr brush earlier this year as a gift from M Cosmetics. M was doing a special where you bought their new Corselette bronzing powder, and they included a number 5 Rephr brush. And this is the softest, most beautiful white goat hair brush, handmade by fude artists in Japan. And I was like, oh yes, I love. And then I bought more Rephr. If you're curious, I will link that video for you here. And then when I got an email from them saying, guess what? We have a new set of 5 brushes. They are debuting in our concept store for 50% off. I was like, yes. So I bought more. Let me show you what there is. This is their new brush 33. They say it's kind of like a combo between their number 1 and their number 2 brush, both of which I have. Let me see if I can find them real quick. My number 2 is dirty. I use it all the time. So this is the number 1, which is kind of like a really nice blending brush. Number 2 is a little bit more pinched in, and this is the 33. This is a really large brush for eyeshadow, but I think I'm gonna like this. It's super soft. I like that it's kind of big. I also like that it is kind of pinched in here. So this is interesting. The number 34 brush is their smallest eyeliner brush. I'm really curious to try this. I really love using gel liners, and my favorite one is from Inglot. I'm gonna see how this goes. This is the smallest eyeliner brush I have. I have another one that's kind of small, but I don't think it's this tiny. This is a Dailism Tools number 706, and it's not quite as fine as this one here. This 34 brush is really interesting. I don't always use brushes that are shaped like this, but I like how tiny, 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 tiny this is. I'm curious to see how it applies liner. This is a 35. This is supposed to be like a small face brush, and I'm really curious. I like that it's like completely round. I'm interested to see what happens after its first wash. Is it going to kind of poof out a little bit more, or is it going to stay kind of tight like this? It does feel, it's not like super densely packed. It does have a little bit of, you know, movement to it, but I like this. I'm curious to see how this progresses because I have been using a small brush like this. This is from It Cosmetics. This is their airbrush concealer brush. I feel like this could work for concealer, but I really use this brush like I will put foundation everywhere, like dab it on. And instead of using a really big foundation brush, something small like this in smaller amounts of foundation, I can really get a really nice fine airbrushed look to the face without it being too much. So I don't know that I would be using this for like cream bronzers, or I don't know, maybe for highlight. I don't know. This is interesting, but I already love a brush that's kind of similar size-wise to this, and I'm curious to see how this works. This next brush right here is the number 36 brush. And if you're looking at it, it has a little bit of a slant here, and the ferrule is only pinched on one side. I think that's really interesting. I feel like this would be great for like concealer. It kind of reminds me shape-wise of this one right here. This is the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy, the A506. It's not identical, but it kind of has a similar vibe. It almost feels like it could be like the edge of like maybe the pad of a finger. That's interesting. I think this has been designed mainly though for hooded eyes, and it seems like it's kind of, you know, it would work well in blending that area, but chances are I'm going to use this for concealer. 37 is the last one. It's a, you know, completely round. It has some flexibility. It's not too dense. It's very soft. And this is supposed to be for blush, for bronzer, for highlight, for those powder cheek products. I wonder how this would work with cream products, because they mention on their website that this has also been one that people have been liking for blending in foundation. I'm really interested to see how this and this work together. And I'm going to end up using them for powder products. I'm going to end up using them for cream products. I'm super, super, super curious, but this is interesting. This whole set, by the way, retails for $150, but in their concept store, I was able to pick it up for $75. And the idea of the concept store is that you pick it up for a reduced price and then you write a thoughtful review, which I'm super excited to do. I've done it before and really, really like it. The other thing that I really liked is that they let me pick 4 brushes from their permanent collection at 50% off. Remember how I told you I loved their number 5? I loved it so much, I got another one. And this is what they look like unwashed. When it's washed, it's very soft, it's very fluffy. And this is still super soft, but I feel like everything's gonna kind of fluff up a little bit. But I love this brush so much and use it so much. I'm surprised it's clean right now, but I needed another one. And some of the other brushes that I got, I was trying to think about the sorts of things I would use the most. I feel like I have plenty of face brushes right now, but I was really curious to try some eye brushes. So I picked up the number 28. This is kind of like a little flat paddle brush. This is the number 15 right here, and the number 16. I feel like the 16, the hairs are a little bit longer, but they and come to like a little bit more of a point. But I'm really curious to see what these are like once they get washed. How much of a kind of a fluff will they get to them? I always dry things, you know, laying completely flat. I squeeze the water out and then I lay them flat. But there always is a difference between, you know, straight from the store and after it's been washed. I also realized that I've been needing a new eyelash curler for a long time, so I picked up this. This is the Rephr eyelash curler. This is very nice. And it comes with like 4 replacement pads. Ah, love! 4. There's 4 of them in here. So you get 5 total. The one in here plus 4 more. That's fantastic. This was also from the concept store, and I added one more thing to the cart. I went through an entire bar of this. I really like using this. This is the Gentle Brush Soap, and it's formulated for natural bristle brushes. And says it's been air cured for 90 days and is made in Japan. So it's just a little bar of black soap, but this is fantastic for washing Rephr brushes. And there have been other black soaps. I remember using the one from Beauty Blender, like the Pro soap, on white brushes. And guess what? The bristles got a little bit gray and it never really thoroughly washed out. I love this because all of these white goat hair brushes, I was like, please make sure that they stay looking white. They do, they're beautiful. This is a really great soap. I really like it. So that was my Rephr order. I made an order from M as well. I picked up two things from them, specifically because I was curious. One of them was they reformulated their color serum drops. Oh my goodness. These color drops have been a product that I have been wanting to love because I love everything about it. This is the old packaging. People were complaining about, you know, this little button here at the top, the dropper, because it is like a little glass dropper on the inside. And that it's hard for people to get the product out. The problem I've always had is that it is so glowy, it is so hydrating that it breaks down any foundation I had underneath. So they made some new colors and they addressed a couple of things because look at this. This is the new one. Here's the old one. Packaging is very similar, but I feel like this little squeeze dropper is going to be so much better. This is the shade Soft Amethyst. Oh, this is interesting. Oh. You need so little. I'll be blending for days here. Look at that. Look how glowy it is. Ah, I love this. I'm still worried that maybe this isn't going to work really well over foundation, but I feel like this is something that I could wear and not need any highlight over the top. In feeling this and looking how glowy it is, I don't know whether the formulation of the product itself is different or whether they just designed a new dropper to go on top. This is much easier to use than this one here where you have to, you know, press the button, soak it up, and then drop it out because it works, but it takes a little finagling sometimes. But I'm hoping that, I feel like the formula feels the same. I don't know. I'm really curious to know, and I need to do a little bit more research. And if you know, let me know in the comment section below, whether this is a reformulation for the product itself or just new packaging design for the dropper. Because I can see where this little press button here could be a moment of frustration for some people. I struggled with it, but I always figured out a way to make it work. But I'm really curious to see if it's just new shades and a new dropper, or whether it is the formulation on the inside has also been changed. I know with their new gloss that they came out with, it's a completely new formula. They are kind of phasing out the True Gloss, and their Everdew lip gloss is kind of like the new thing. Same thing with their Infinite Lip Cloud, their matte kind of liquid lipstick. They have a new formula, I forget what it's called, but I'm really curious to see how this works. The other thing I picked up, I've been in love and have not been able to stop using the So Soft Multi-Use Sculpting Face. What is it called? It's the So Soft Multi Face Play Bronze and Sculpt. And I got a new color. Now, I have the lightest shade in Summer. Let me pull it out for you. And this is one that I have been using, like when these debuted, I picked this up and I have been loving it. It's so good. I should swatch it on the other hand. So this is the lightest shade in Summer, and I got the next darker shade in Terra. And the reason that I got this is because it looks like it's not so much a bronzer, but a contour. See the difference here? And it looks like it might be too much for my skin, but I'm really curious because when you blend it out, look at how beautiful it blends. This formula is chef's kiss. It's the easiest to blend. It wears really well. I wanted something, I'll just be honest, I've been gaining a little bit of weight. I know we're headed into the holidays and I feel like my face is losing some dimension, and I was like, I could use a little contouring. So that's why I got this. But if you're looking at these two shades, this is the bronzer in Summer and this is the kind of contour shade in Terra. So those are the two things I got. The other thing that's cool is that they included a sample card. I don't know if I've ever seen a sample card from M before. I'm not saying they haven't done it, but my orders usually don't come with something like this. Sometimes they'll come with like a bonus item, which I love, but this is really cool because these are new shades. They have the shade Sunset Sky in here. This is, I think, is a new shade. Their Venetian Rose, which is a kind of a quintessential M shade, and then Rose Milk. I think this is one of their best-selling shades in this formula, but I like that they included one of the new shades they created because this amethyst, soft amethyst, I think is a new shade. They have a bunch of new shades and they didn't bring back all of the shades from like kind of like the original formula and the original bottle. And now we're just down to Beauty Pie. All right, so the big box right here. Give me a minute, I'm gonna pull stuff out because this box is too big to sit on the counter. I had two boxes. One I knew contained this. This is a new refill of Cherry Cherry because the one that I have from their Unlipstick launch, I did a video a while back. I will link it for you here. I love red lipstick and this was the one I was super excited about, but when I got to it, I got it on 3/4 of my lips and the whole thing broke off at the base. So I contacted customer service and they sent me a new one. Here's what Cherry Cherry looks like. I'm a little worried that maybe it's not just like this one, that it's the formulation itself, because I have another one that broke, like this one right here. This is nothing on, this is their lightest nude shade. I just kind of feel like maybe it's this formula. I don't know. And I was curious to see how this unlipstick formula compared to the Generation G from Glossier, which is why I'm glad I have it. But the one thing that's interesting, and let me pull it out, is that the Glossier Generation G comes in slimline packaging. So if you're looking at this, I think it's really smart that it doesn't come with the ability to wibble wobble. Like there's a lot of space for this to kind of go back and forth, and there isn't here. I feel like maybe this formula needs this sort of packaging. Right now, I'm not sold on the Beauty Pie lipsticks. I would love to find something that's lightweight, that's sheer, that's matte, that's blurred. That might be what this is, but I appreciate that they were willing to send me a replacement for the one that broke. I don't know that I'm gonna reach out to them and say, guess what, this one did too. I don't know. What should I do? You let me know. I haven't even had these lipsticks for like a month yet. This is the one that I probably had been using the most with in Nothing On, but the fact that it's just like, this is the part that really frustrates me. I don't feel like I can recommend this lipstick because 50% of them broke on me. You know, within a couple of weeks of use. I think I had them for 2.5 weeks and 2 of them had broken. So, and here's my question. I appreciate that they were willing to send me a new Cherry Cherry, but I almost feel like it's not worth letting them know that another one broke because like, I don't really like this formula. I would much rather get my money back and return it, but I don't think they would do that. And I don't know, maybe I should let them know, you know, just so that they know that this is a habitual problem, that it's not just one shade, that it's multiple shades that are breaking. Part of me feels like if I was a business owner, I would want to know that something wasn't right. But then the other part of me is like, as a consumer, I'm like, nah, I just don't like these. I don't think I'm going to use them. And it's kind of sad. I don't know. I don't know. Let me know. What are your thoughts? Should I contact them again and say, guess what? Another one of these broke on me. Or should I just like, okay, we're done. Goodbye. You know, lesson learned. I normally love most of the Beauty Pie stuff that I try. I was a little disappointed in those. But let me tell you about one of my faves. I ran out of and I was like, I will not have this. And it's this. This is the Japan Fusion Bioceramide Deep Moisture Mask. This is a beautiful product. This is one of my favorite hydrating masks from Beauty Pie. It's one of those that I layer it on. You can use it in a couple ways. One, you can put it on, leave it on for like 10-15 minutes, wash or towel it off and go on from there. I love putting this on at night and sleeping in it. You can sleep in this mask and it's fabulous. I really like this and I wake up looking so glowy and hydrated. And now that we're heading into colder weather, I've got my sweaters out. I'm definitely thinking about how my skin is going to handle colder weather. Temperatures have really dropped here. It's probably in the 30s right now outside. And this is what I was excited to have more of. Another skincare product that I was real curious about was this. This is the new Youth Balm Biologic Collagen Peptide Cream. So I've been trying the Youth Balm Serum. I like it. I think it does a good job. I think I have about a third of a bottle left. And I'll have to look at my before and after picture because I took one, but I feel like it's making my skin look glowy and hydrated, but I don't know that it's making like there's any youthful firming going on, but I feel like this cream is supposed to do that. This is really formulated to help visibly lift, and your girl needs some lifting. I really feel like everything right here, like everything is just kind of like sagging. And I have been looking for something that's gonna help with that. I haven't opened, ooh, let's see. Ooh, it's very rich and very thick. It doesn't smell like anything. It smells kind of like ingredients. Yeah, I like that there's no scent to this. It is moisturizing, but it doesn't feel heavy. There are some, I think, creams that have more of an occlusive feel to them. This actually is really hydrating. I don't think it would take a lot, but I would be really curious to see how this paired with the Youth Balm Serum, I mean, is it going to make a big effect? Because if you buy both of these items together, it's like 90 bucks. I know that Beauty Pie is supposed to be luxury products at affordable prices, but I don't know that any of these Youth Balm products are really what I would consider affordable. Because isn't the serum like close to 50 bucks? Is it $48 or $50? And this is also expensive. I think this is $40 for the jar. You are getting more than an ounce. You're getting 1.69 ounces. I like that. You're getting a lot of serum in the other jar. So you're not getting like just like the normal 1 ounce size that you would get in most other skincare. I like that these are larger sizes, more generous portions, but they're still kind of spency. I don't know. I want to see how my skin does using this, and this is not one of those things that I'd be able to come back to you in a week and say, guess what? Because skincare takes time. Your skin needs to go through several skin cycles. The older you get, the longer it takes for your skin to turn over. It doesn't turn over every 28 days. Sometimes it's more like 35 or 45 days. So it takes a while to go through a skin cycle. So I will take some time to report back to you, but I like the idea that this is supposed to visibly lift, it's supposed to brighten, it's supposed to hydrate. I'm really curious to see what my results are going to be with this. I picked up the triple hyaluronic acid serum. I like the eye serum that I have and the triple hyaluronic. I like the face cream that's the triple hyaluronic. I think they're really beautiful products. I was really curious about this serum. I have so much right now. I don't know when I'm going to get into this, but I really am curious. This is supposed to be plumping, hydrating. It's got ceramides in there. All of those sound really great to me. I hope this works really well. The other thing I picked up is a Super Healthy Skin Daily Vitamin Defense Serum. And I picked this up because it has vitamin C in it. This is supposed to be nourishing, deeply moisturizing. It also has cacao plum in it, which is a great source of vitamin C. I haven't tried this before, so these are 2 new additions. I don't know that I'm going to crack into them instantly because I've got some other stuff going on, but there are definitely products I have been wanting to try. All right, this isn't really skincare, it's more for the body, but I picked up this. This is the Soul Provider's Energizing Body Wash, and I am delighted. This smells so delicious. This smells very citrusy, very fresh, and I'm trying to remember if this is the scent. I remember getting a Soul Provider's body oil or an oil shower wash. I forget what it was, but it came out like an oil and you put it on your skin and it kind of emulsified and turned into kind of like a milky situation. It was the most glorious thing, but it came in a tiny bottle and it was a holiday special, and I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. But I'm currently using the Super Healthy Skin body wash, which I really like. And I think this kind of pulled me in because it reminded me of the other Soul Provider product that I had tried before. But this smells great. It has grapefruit, black pepper, essential oils, Indian gooseberry, and purifying tulsi plant. I don't know what that plant is about, but I love the smell of this. And I always like to have kind of like a luxurious moment in the shower. And I've been enjoying the Super Healthy Skin one because that smells really good and it feels kind of like a luxury. This one feels like even more of one. The last thing that I got from Beauty Pie is this. This is the Triple Beauty Perfect Glowy Powder. I picked up this. This is the One Powder Wonder, and this is in the shade Exquisite Light. And it comes across looking very highlighty. Look at that. So I was thinking, I've been using this as highlight. I said, you know what though? I haven't tried a legit powder highlight in a long time from Beauty Pie. Remember when they still had the ones that look like a Bobbi Brown shimmer brick? I had one of those, didn't like it. So I thought I would give this a try. And oh my goodness, this is very, very reflective. Oh, look at the difference. This right here is the Triple Beauty Perfect Glow Powder. Look at this. That's a lot of shine. That's a lot of like glow. That's pretty intense. This right here is a lot softer. I have been using this. This is the One Powder Wonder, the softer one right here. I've been using it kind of like an all over buffing powder. Like a duo fiber brush, something really soft. I'm not packing it on, I'm just adding a little bit, but this has been really nice. I'm a little bit curious to see what this looks like in action, but I feel like this is gonna do better. I feel like texturally, this has more of a kind of like a creamy feel to it. The shimmer bar, I think that's what it was that I used to have from Beauty Pie, I didn't like because some of it felt good and some of it was really dry and flaky, and it didn't look good on my skin. It had really big flaky chunks. It had a lot of different like shades of highlight pressed into what looked like a Bobbi Brown shimmer brick. It was called their shimmer bar, and I'll just tell you that not every single powder in there felt the same, and I didn't like it. I like that we have just one formula here, and this definitely feels a little bit creamier. It feels like it's going to sit nicely on the skin. I'm excited about that. I wonder what this is going to look like if I just take a minute to really kind of blend it. Oh, look how pretty that is. It's not like your stripe of highlight. This is great. Thank you so much for watching today. I didn't really think I had this much. And then it started kind of piling up. And a couple of packages all came within a short amount of time, and they were sitting here and I was like, I should record this. I'm glad I finally busted into all of these packages. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to know if you have your eye on anything. Are you buying things that are kind of tried and true for you? I know this is a new shade, but I love the Balm.com and I have for years. This is the sort of product that I have loved before and is a repurchase for me. And then I like being able to throw in a few things that are new, like this lipstick from Glossier. I've never tried, even though it's not a new formula. I got one of the new shades and I'm finally trying it for the first time. And I knew that I really fell in love with these Rephr brushes when I got one as a gift. So much that I picked up more. I think that's a really interesting thing. Let me know what sorts of things are either on your wish list or that you have recently purchased and how those things are working out for you. Thank you so much for watching. Have an incredible day, and I'll see you again soon.